Well, I tried to warn you. I tried to tell you, but people don't listen to me. They think I'm crazy. I just say things. I'm fear-mongering, but when the information and the facts come along about the situation, I mean, I'm going to talk about it again because this is something we talked about a couple of weeks ago in a video, and it was kind of met with scrutiny and stuff like that. It's okay. I don't blame you for being scrutinous when hearing things that people are saying and trying to form your own opinions, but I do know what I'm talking about from time to time. Now, originally, this was going to be a video about Metroid Prime 4 sales because we did get some more sales data for the game. Of course, a couple days ago, we talked about how it's 15% less than what Dread sold in the UK in just terms of physical sales. And, I mean, obviously, you don't want to see numbers for Prime 4 being less than what they were for Dread when, there's so many more Nintendo Switch systems and Switch 2 systems out there now. But now we got the Famitsu sales charts, and oh man, that doesn't look great. So for the first week of sales of Metroid Prime 4 in Japan, they sold 21,000 physical units, and that's not great. And, when you look at what Dread sold, which was over 80 million physical units, then you could say, well, Metroid's just not that popular, or maybe it's first-person shooter or adventure games. That's why it only sold 21,000 physical units. But then you look at Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, because I do research some basic things from time to time and see that sold over 30,000 copies in the first week. You got to, at some point in time, look at Metroid Prime 4 and realize what it is. It's a good game that Nintendo was spending too much money on, so they forced it out the door. The game never had a chance to sell well. It's going to sell to Metroid diehards. Boundary Break left a great comment on the video saying, it's going to sell to Metroid diehards, but where was all the fanfare? Where's all the promotion for this game? They did it with every other big Switch 2 game, but they really just let Metroid Prime 4 out to die, and that's because the budget got sucked up by the development costs. But that's not what we're here to talk about today, even though we did talk about it there for a couple of minutes. No. We are here to talk about a video that I made a couple of weeks ago saying that there's going to be some problems on the horizon for the Nintendo Switch 2 when it comes to the price of the system, and that the price of the system was going to go up in 2026. And of course, the Defense Force rushed out. No, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. Everything is fine. It's proprietary stuff in the Switch 2. Nothing bad is going to happen. The price will remain the same. And boy, oh boy, do you have some egg on your face. And maybe something else. Because we got a report today from Bloomberg that pretty much shows exactly what I said. The price of the system is going up in 2026, point blank period. So if you want a Nintendo Switch 2 now, or you think you're going to want one in 2026, buy it now. Buy it when it's still $450 for a base system or $500 for a Mario Kart bundle, because today's price isn't yesterday's price, and today's price isn't tomorrow's price. So what's going on with this situation? Well, it involves the RAM of the Nintendo Switch 2, because the Nintendo Switch 2 has 12 gigs of RAM in the system. And obviously, there's something going on with RAM prices right now. If you look at the PC marketplace, it's exploding. It's expensive. Yesterday's price is not today's price, and today's price isn't tomorrow's price. There has been a massive spike in RAM for PCs and PC components in the past couple of months, and it's not going to get better anytime soon, with so many manufacturers now leaving the consumer market for things like RAM and different sorts of memory for computer devices and video game devices. The RAM module increased in price for Nintendo. So this is the 12 gigs of RAM. It increased in price over 41% in the current quarter. 41% in a current quarter. So that doesn't even necessarily mean it's peaked or anything like that. They're now having to pay 41% more for that 12 gigabytes of RAM than they were in the previous quarter. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen here? Oh, yeah. They're not going to charge more. They're not going to charge more. And then there's even like NAND storage is now 8% more expensive. It's affecting the price of micro SD express cards now. A micro SD express card for 256 gigabytes is now almost $90 on Amazon. And like, obviously, that's only select brands. There's going to be cheaper brands out there. But 256 gigs for $90 is absolutely insane. Now, this information is coming to us from Pelham Smithers of Pelham Smithers Associates. Smithers, happy birthday, Mr. Smithers. But, like, this is insanity. So, micro SD express cards are going up in price. So, in order to, because a lot of these games, you have to have additional storage. Like, you just have to. So the micro SD Express prices are going up. But the more important thing is that the RAM for the system that's built into the system that makes the system work is now 41% more in this quarter than it was last quarter. And there's no guarantee that that has peaked. So what does this all mean? It means exactly what I talked about in a video a couple of weeks ago. The damn price of the system is going up in 2026, point blank, period. There's no other way around it. And the whole reason, and then when you look into the reason why RAM and all this, you know, external SD cards and stuff like that are going up in price, it's because of the AI bullshit. Because as much as people on the internet and on Twitter and, you know, your Facebook and your Instagram, oh, we don't like AI. We hate AI. AI bad. It doesn't matter. Because the general consumer does not care. The general consumer wants to be entertained. And when you're building these massive AI centers all across the United States and really all across the world and even wanting to put shit on like the moon and stuff like that, you're going to need stuff like RAM. You're going to need stuff like memory. And so that is going to cause the prices of these things to go up. That is why some of these companies are now leaving the consumer market. They're going for the big contracts. Disney just announced today that they're going to be doing AI content teaming with Sora on Disney Plus with your favorite characters and franchises and stuff like that. You see, the problem is, while the consumer, at least the vocal minority on things like social media, says, you know, we don't want AI, we're not going to support AI. If the companies are supporting AI, the companies are the ones that are spending the money. And the average consumer is not tapped into things like that. Go on something like Facebook or something like that and watch like an AI video of like, I don't know, an alligator showing up at someone's front door and like ringing the doorbell or something. 80% of the people in the comments don't realize that it's AI. You know, I saw one, it was like a lion was like attacking a child and a dog like came like, it looked so fake. But 80% of the people in the comments didn't realize it. They don't understand the difference. And then you could get into the whole thing about, well, like, is video evidence going to even matter in the future? Because anyone can make a video of you saying or doing something that you didn't do, but now there's like it's a mess. It is a shit show, but it doesn't matter because the data centers are being built. And yes, I do think there will be an AI crash one day that will have send catastrophic ripples through pretty much every form of entertainment, stock markets, and all this sort of stuff. But I'm not trying to get, you know, too deep with it. The fact of the matter is, the price of the Switch 2 is going up in 2026, whether you like it or not. It's going up. I think you're going to see, I guess the baseline system would get bumped up to 500, and then maybe the pack-in system, if they're doing one, would be 550. But at some point in time, I mean, it might start messing with the games and stuff like that. Y'all thought tariffs were the boogeyman. Y'all thought tariffs were going to be the big thing. The thing about tariffs is they change. And of course that savings never goes down to the consumer, but at least with tariffs, there's a chance that things will change. With this AI thing, it's going to be years of hell. It's going to be years of expensive shit. And, you know, yesterday's price won't be today's price, and today's price won't be tomorrow's price. I tried to warn you. I tried to tell you. It's not fear-mongering. It's factual. It's the new future. We need AI to do everything because, you know, the average person doesn't care. The average person doesn't want to put work in for stuff. They want instant results. And this is the society we've created with things like YouTube Shorts and TikTok and Instagram Reels and stuff like that. Instant gratification, instant satisfaction. Oh, well. Like, good luck. Good luck, world. I've done enough. You know, if the world ended tomorrow, I lived a great life. You know, I had a crazy life. But, like, I don't know, man. It's scary out there. It's scary. So let me know in the comments section down below. I guess you could talk about Metroid Prime 4 as well. Because, I mean, I did touch on it. Like, Nintendo sent this game to die. They just wanted the game to get out the damn door. Sayonara. See you later. Go sell 2 million copies and we'll start working on the next game. And I think it's evident in the game design. I think it's evident in the end game stuff of the game, but you know, whatever. So what do you think about that? And what do you see the Switch 2 price going up to? I think 500 is going to be the new baseline, at least for the standard system, but I don't know. It could go even higher. $500 system, $600 Nintendo system, $80 Nintendo games, $100 memory cards. Man, video games are going to become a rich man's game soon. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Be sure to share it with your friends and your enemies because a view is a view. If you're looking for a crappy Christmas gift, I have Cameo. So, you know, get a Cameo. 5-star reviews. I do a good job with them. Link in the description box down below. Check out the book in the description box down below as well. The Art of N64 Wrestling Games makes a great holiday gift for your friends or your enemies. Once again, I don't care. You know, as long as people are paying attention, whether they love me or hate me, I'm still on your mind, baby. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.